What is happening, everybody? Sir Joseph coming your way, and this is Final Fantasy IX Weapon Man Run. Okay, I'm gonna let everyone know right now watching this. This video is gonna have two things and two things only. It's gonna have plot dumping dialogue, which we're about to get through right now, and side questing, just like side quest areas, collecting Stellazio coins, and turning them in, and stuff like that. There's another Trino monster that we can fight. I'm going to do that as well. And some other just loose end stuff. So, yeah, if you're watching this video and expecting me to go through like a dungeon crawl or something like that, yeah, you're gonna want to skip this, and you're gonna want to just watch the next one, because the next one will have a dungeon crawl. So yeah, so keep that in mind. And here is everybody, and haha, and the regent has finally turned into a human. Apparently Zidane didn't know who he looked like all this time, which is kind of weird, but whatever. But yeah. And yeah, apparently Sid is still believes that he's a frog or something like that, whatever. Anyways, yeah, so now Hilda is going to debrief all of us about where Kuja is, or who Kuja is, and what his motives are, and stuff like that. And yeah, for some reason, Garnet is missing. Yeah. And while Hilda is debriefing and stuff, Sid's apparently gonna be working on a new airship, the Hildegarde 3. So there we go. And so yeah. And so now it's revealed that Kuja is on a different planet named Terra. And Kuja was pretty much sent to Gaia to cause a whole bunch of destruction, as you'll find out later on. And so, but Kuja, his intentions are a little different, and the tragedy of this game is that we find that out way too late. So, yeah. And here's Tantalus, and they're trying to repair their home and stuff. And here's Steiner, and looking for the princess, or the queen rather, yeah, looking for Garnet. And the misunderstandings continue between Steiner and Tantalus and stuff. And yeah, they're just trying to rebuild the place that they're from. Yeah, and the interactions between Steiner and the Tantalus crew is pretty hilarious and pretty almost awkward in a way. But here we are, yeah, here they are. So Baku's gonna get the entire crew to look for Garnet now. Yeah, so there you go. Yeah. And so the Shimmering Island that we've been hearing about in Stellazio is, according to what Kuja told Hilda, like almost like a key of sorts, or like a gate. And yeah, you can't just go to the Shimmering Island and go straight to Terra, because what Amaranth says, everyone would be discovering it, and trying to colonize it and stuff and whatever. So. And why Kuja just volunteered all this information to Hilda is beyond anybody, but I mean, that's just how it is. So, yeah. Yeah, so apparently there's a castle an abandoned castle on the Forgotten Continent, so And it's apparently where all the it's apparently where the thing that unlocks the gate, or that can activate the shimmering island, for lack of a better word, is. So there we go. And yeah, so now that Sid is human again, he's going to help the crew, the engineering crew, and it's going to help them build the Hildegarde 3. So there you go. And now that he's human, I guess he can just think clearly, and he can actually help with building airships and stuff, and other stuff like that. So cool. So that's our next target or whatever, is going to Ibsen's castle. So yeah. And apparently Kuj just blurted everything out. So yeah. And yeah, apparently Garnet is not in Lindblum. So now we're gonna go to Alexandria. And how Zidane gets to Alexandria within seconds, don't know at all. Whatever. And how these people are getting to Alexandria, that is also something, because Mist is gone, so the Mist cars that travel through the gates can't be used. What, they all ride chocobos or something? Or they went on the boat, or they used they used the Blue Narcissus? Who the hell knows? Anyways, yeah, so. Yes, we're all still looking for Garnet here. So there you go. Yep. So apparently Ruby's got her theater going. That's pretty cool. And yeah, and apparently Garnet isn't in Lindblum or Alexandria. Huh. It's very interesting. And Baku saw some girl. Baku saw somebody important who happens to be a member of the female population or whatever. Not Garnet, but it could be someone who could lead us to Garnet, I guess. And yeah, this is the harbor, by the way. This is Alexandria's harbor. So I guess they did take the Blue Narcissus because here's the harbor. So, and uh-oh, who's that? That's Beatrix. Or Beatrix or whatever, yeah. Oh. Couldn't find her. So yeah, Beatrix is in Alexandria, I guess, and she's holding everything down here. I believe there's a patch for this PC version of the game where Beatrix actually joins. I've been meaning to play it, but the problem is I would have to sacrifice... I'd have to patch this version of the game up. And I'd lose this version. So, meh. I don't know, we'll see. It's called, I think, Alternate Fantasy or something. I might play it on here. Or do a stream of it or something. I've been meaning to do a stream of this, but I just feel like it's better just to record, because out the internet in my room, in my apartment's not really that great, because the modem is downstairs. So, yeah. It's like an apartment townhouse I'm in, almost. Big townhouse that I'm renting. And yeah, so if you haven't been, you can revisit Alexandria after getting the Blue Narcissus, which I did show off, getting the Leo Stellazio. But yeah, so if you come back here and you'll see it's the castle was destroyed. It's completely in shambles. So, but you could still enjoy like whatever facilities or amenities that Alexandria has. Like you could still go to their synthesis, you could still buy items and weapons there and stuff, and you could still do the jump rope thing if you want. Anyways, uh-oh. And Beatrix has given us a garnet. Well, this is a jewel that will teach Bahamut as a summon, so that's a tip-off, pretty much. And, yeah, there was Garnet all along at her mother's grave. And apparently, she can talk again. Good stuff. Awesome. And yeah, so Garnet's kind of reflecting on how things all the stuff that's happened after the queen died. And yeah, and you know, she's like she almost feels like she's obligated to be a ruler, but without any real experience. So yeah, she wants to kind of gain experience, kind of ruling herself first. So yeah, we're gonna give the garnet over to Princess Garnet. And Zidane goes through this kind of cringy dialogue here. Yeah. You'll shine too someday. Yeah. Enough of the corny self-help, buddy. I do like that quote here. The important thing to do is have desire, no rush. That's pretty cool. And the thing is, I don't really think that Garnet was really running away from responsibilities. It was almost just like she had to, you know, be on a quest of self-discovery, you know what I mean? And actually, it's funny that they, like, I don't know, yeah. No, I'll talk about that later, but yeah, anyways. So, so Garnet takes the dagger that Zidane has, whatever, and cuts her hair to kind of symbolize that she needs to wait a little while in order to ascend the throne. So yeah, because I mean, you know, that's, I guess having shorter hair would kind of make her look like a commoner or something, or she looks like Zidane, because Zidane's hair is kind of the same too. So I don't know, but yeah, no, but like the traveling thing with Garnet, it's almost like I mean, yeah, it's almost like it was like a quest of self-discovery, which, I mean, back when you had, you know, royalty and stuff like that, and the Middle Ages and stuff like that, and the Renaissance or whatever, rulers were kind of put to the test and they had to go out on quests and hunt and stuff like that to prove that they could get work done. You know what I mean? So I've always drawn that kind of distinction. You know what I mean? That Garnet needed to travel. She needed the quest for self-discovery. And now everyone else knows that she can talk again and stuff like that. Okay. Yes, there you go. And finally, after 15 minutes, we're all done talking. Now it's time to start exploring. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, so let's put in our Fabulous 4. Of course, this is probably going to be my optimized party for the rest of the game because I'm not using magic. But there may be some instances where we're going to be using these two, Eiko and Quina. I don't know, man. I don't know. The reason why Sarah is because she can equip the healing staff, so she can hit players and heal them, and which would leave Amaranth open to doing physicals that could actually damage enemies. But if I need 2 healers or something like that, Amaranth can equip the healer ability. There you go. So, anyways, so this is where the game completely opens up now. After you get the airship, you're able to raise your chocobo to become a gold one, so you get more chocographs that you can find. You can enter Lindblum from the Red Rose gate, or the gate or whatever, which is pretty fun. Or from the top of it, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so. And there is one more place that you can actually go to, which I'm going to go to right now. So you can travel all around the world pretty much with this, with the airship, so it's good stuff. And the enemies around here, you can fight 2 enemies here. First are Grand Dragons. You can hit them with level 5 death if you're using magic, and you can grind off them. They give 9,000 XP. They're ridiculous. The other enemy are called Gimme Cats. If you, they'll ask for, I think they'll ask for ore, like a friendly monster. But if you give it to them, they'll like wipe out your party, or they'll use really strong attacks and stuff. You kill it, and you'll get 1 XP, like I think 3 AP, and 5,000 gil. So it's a good place to grind if you want, which I'm not gonna at all. I think I'll be okay. But yeah, here we are at the Guerra. Yeah. And right out of the gate, we can find the Capricorn and Stellazio. Yeah, good stuff. And you can buy aquamarines here, for lack of a better term. At least I think you can. I guess not. Okay, whatever. I was pretty sure you could talk to that little statue thing and get aquamarines or whatever, but yeah, look at this. We got a survivor from Clear here. Ah. Very cool. Awesome. Yeah, good stuff. First thing I want to do is... Whoops. Get rid of that. Examine this thing. Now we move this left lever a whole bunch of times. And examine this. And then put this bar into that opening. And there you go. Apparently that guy reading the books doesn't really care about this at all. And now we can ride this lift to go to the weapon shop. Good stuff. And you can buy some new weapons here if you want. We'll get a rune blade. If I wasn't doing chocographing, you can buy new stuff for Amaranth and Freya. I do want, I think, just one mithril racket. That's all I really want there. You can buy new gloves too, good defense gloves. If you weren't able to buy the Lamia's tiara, which I actually think I need to buy anyways, you can buy them here. So you can get new headgear, armor, golden hairpin, good stuff. You can get coronets too, forgot about those. Diamond helmets. Demon's Vest, which I'm actually going to need. And the Demon's Mail for sure. Although I already have those. I'll grab just one of these for now. And they got Diamond Armor too. So, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. And there's other stuff you can make in the synthesis shops and stuff. So, yeah, good stuff here. I think that activated the thing I went up to earlier. Remember this guy for later. Remember him for later on. And if you go these guys, if you participate in the argument and you agree with one of them like 3 times, you get a card. So it's pretty funny. Okay. Let's examine these. This way, talk to this dude, and he's looking for the idol in an eye, which is over there. The dude box over there. Cool. Go down here. And now we can explore this little balcony, whatever it's called. And you can get an elixir here. Very nice. I probably will need elixirs later on. But this guy, okay, so if you have a naming card, you can rename players. If you don't have it, we'll just say that first line. So there you go, good stuff. Those are some pretty silly things you can do. Now let's go here. Oh, never mind, I already went there. Whoops. And just like in Trino, Gilgamesh is here. And he gives you a treasure hunter rating. And the best is rank S, so yeah. And this is where you can get synthesis here. And the stuff you can make in Deguero is pretty damn good. You can make a glutton's robe, white robe. You can make all these nice maximum robes. You can't make robe of wards. That is at the end of the game. But you can make white and black ones and glutton ones, which is pretty good. So yeah, good stuff. I'm not gonna mess with this right now. I just wanted to show everything, all this off. I will want a pair of battle boots. And yeah, you can make jewels now too. So say you want to really like max out a summon, you can buy a whole bunch of jewels with all the ore that you've collected, which is good. So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. There's a Moogle here for saving and stuff like that. You'll need to give a letter to him later on, but that's later on. I'm not gonna worry about that now. I think that button that I pushed activates this. Yeah, here we go. Cool. So yeah, so I have a whole bunch of ore, and the more ore you put in, the more aquamarine you can get. So let's put 30 of them because I don't really care about ore. Got enough of it. Yeah, so you get a whole bunch of aquamarine by putting in ore there. So good stuff. Yeah, that's Deguero. Yeah. And the weapons that are sold in Deguero, and I think even some of the synthesis stuff, will improve over time. So yeah, if you want to do more chocographing, you can. More chocograph hunting, you'll be able to now in Lagoon. You can find, I think, 2 pieces, and they will turn into a chocograph, and there you go. Good stuff. I already did all that off screen. Yeah, so I'll be alright with that. Oh, I wanted to go to Trina. Oops, let's do that. Yeah, and a way to quickly go places is you can go to the map and you can fly there. You can select a place on the map and fly there, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so Now I'm going to turn in some... Going to turn in some Stellazio, and there is another enemy that I can fight. And so we're going to take care of that, and then I'm going to call it a video. Yeah. And then after... and then next time I'll do a whole bunch of other side quest stuff too. It won't be that much at all. Actually, I think I did some of it in advance, off screen, since none of it really involved grinding. So whatever. So that'll be that. So I'll just go with that save. Yeah. But let's go ahead and hand in our Stellazio. You should have 10 at this point, if you've been collecting them all. And again, Stellazio coins in this game are not missable, so you can just go anywhere you want and get them whenever you want. Very good. And there you go. So with 10 Stellazio, you get a nice Rosetta ring. Good stuff. Rosetta rings, I believe, will absorb fire. And they teach some pretty advanced stuff too, which is really good. So yeah. And it's about this time in the game also where you can buy a whole bunch of cool stuff from the auction. Resist the temptation to do that, because you'll want to wait until a little bit later on to do that. So yeah. And we can fight another enemy in here, which I'm going to do. I just have to remember what to equip here. Let's see. Don't need that either. Antibody, you can poison you. I know that for a fact. You know what, I'll give Amaranth some more hit points too, this way you can survive some of these attacks. That's gonna happen. I'm using Amaranth because he has the most attack power, and I can just two-shot this enemy. I do want to fight this enemy though. Absolutely want to fight him. Because when you beat him, the prize is really good. So I think it's an Amadeus's or something like that you have to fight. What's going on in the game? I can hear the music. There we go. Wow. I don't understand that. So here we are. One shot. MVP right here. Amaranth is the MVP of this playthrough. Running shoes. 1 pair of running shoes. You can get up to 3 pairs of running shoes in the game. The first one you can get by beating the Tentarian. Tentarian is missable. Tentarian you can either fight when you're trying to rescue Garnet in Disc 2 or Act 2 or whatever you want to call it. And then you can fight the Tentarian without the time limit when you are in Alexandria looking for Princess Garnet after they summoned Alexander. That's on Disc 3. I'll be showing off how to fight Tentarian in both circumstances. This way you can pick and choose which one's best for you. Let me go ahead and conclude this video by doing one last thing here. I think I need Vivi for this. I need Vivi and Quina, so let me go ahead and let both of those guys go fighting here. Oh, I didn't. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. There we go. Good. Okay. This won't take long at all. So there's another thing you can get in Quan's dwelling. And this happens right after you get the airship too. So we get a nice little cutscene if you go here with, I think, Vivi or Quina, or Vivi and Quina in the party. So yeah. So this is the first time that Queen has been in Quan's dwelling, and for some reason, he's hallucinating a whole bunch of food and goodies, and you got a giant thing of wine there just pouring out into a giant glass. And it's just a giant feast. It's made for a king here. The queen is just hallucinating. Yeah, the feast is gone. Yeah, you were hallucinating, buddy. Oh, and here comes up. What was that? Yeah. Well, there's Quan. So all this time we've been hearing about Quan being, you know, Vivi's, I guess, surrogate or adoptive grandfather. And here he is. But here's Quale. This is a translation error. I don't know why they kept this, but yeah, so... Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry. No, that's right. Yeah, he's my former master. Yeah, so Quan used to be Quale's master. So, yeah. But I don't know why they say it, that Quan ran from the training, because should have been the other way around or whatever. Or that, you know, that... Well, anyways, Quan started traveling, and Quale just stuck around in the marsh in Limblum. And Quan is trying to say that the more you travel, the more accustomed you become, the more stuff you see, and therefore a better gourmand you can become. So yeah. And apparently, yeah, so apparently Quan, in teaching Vivi, learned how to be creative himself. So yeah. Or how to develop an imagination. So yeah, good stuff. Aw. And there you go. So yeah, so it's crazy. Gotta love it, man. Gotta love the concepts that this game has, and how it's presented. And of course, Zidane couldn't see any of it. Yeah. Anyways, after that, you can examine the clock and get a pair of running shoes inside. There you go. Good stuff. So, you got 2 pairs of running shoes. And running shoes teaches you a really good ability, which I want everyone to have. That ability is auto haste. Oh yeah, auto haste, man. Good stuff. Awesome stuff. And if you are using magic or skills that use MP, you should equip them on Zidane at all times. Why? I'll tell you why. Because when you do this, as you can see, that increased Zidane's speed by 2. If you keep equipping stuff that, if you equip nothing but stuff that increases Zidane's speed, it'll power up his thievery attack. And then when you gain levels, you'll have a better chance of gaining speed permanently. The speed stat will go up. And thievery uses how many times you've stolen and items from enemies, and multiplies it by your speed and then takes that product and squares it to get, and that's the damage calculation for thievery. And it's completely non-elemental. It works on everything. So if you steal a lot and you have running shoes equipped and other stuff that boosts Zidane's speed equipped, and you level him with it, it can dish out some pretty awesome damage with thievery. So that's what I would do if I was playing this casually, if it's my first time playing. That's why back in the day when I was playing this like that casually, and I wasn't doing these challenges or learning how to speedrun this, I would always steal every time I wouldn't do anything with with Zidane except steal. And then I would equip speed boosting stuff on him so he could get really good, a high speed stat. This way when I got thievery, it was already doing about 5,000 damage per shot. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and stop here with rambling. So, in the next video, I'm going to get all the chocographs that I need to get that final chocograph that I need to get the golden chocobo. I'll buy a little bit of stuff too in Doguero, and I'm going to go ahead and get a whole bunch of friendly monsters. This way I can learn auto haste with my 4 players that I got with Zidane and Steiner. Those are the 2, or Zidane and Amaranth. Those are going to be the 2 main ones, and then Steiner and Freya, and possibly Garnet and possibly Vivi, but we'll see. Anyways, there you go. That's the plan for next video. Alright. Take care, everybody.